All right. Welcome. It's our 8th session of the 4th chapter of the Red Star Rising campaign adventure titled The Dreadmist Curse. It is designed by GUI Cube and presented by the Greater Master Beholder Corps, where we hope your minds will be opened by wonder. We are a program that is powered by the Tabletop Misfits, and playing today are Zane and Mark and Lee,
Hello.
the Mighty Trey,
Hey.
and Chris.
Oga.
And I am Casey, also known as the emissary of the Great Mother who worships the ever-seeing eyes. So with that, my aberrations, I ask you, shall we begin?
I to infinity and beyond.
Sounds like the eyes have it. So, the Bog Witch has much to say, but it's hard to know what she is actually saying. And where we go from here is still a bit of a mystery. So, previously on the Red Star Rising campaign, we had a encounter with a couple of rooms full of zombies that tried to eat Fleegan many times over, but somehow he managed to be like a little cockroach and wouldn't stay dead. So there's that.
It's all that gnome power inside him.
For whatever reason, somebody decided that they wanted to use burning hands in the midst of a old dilapidated house, and then it burned the house to the ground, of course, because why doesn't it? That's what we do, right? We met up with the Bog Witch named Amantia, and she spoke in many riddles, giving much confusing and strange information to try and follow what in the world is going on in this place. Which we haven't really figured out at this point anyway. So it's a bit confusing all the way around, but it's still interesting. She said some very pointed things to a couple of our friends. Fleegan was talked to.
I'm special.
And
yes, you are.
There are, is it Theros? I think it was Theros. Was it Theros or Gror that she talked to?
She talked to me
She talked
at
to
one
you.
point. Yeah, she
Okay.
gave me a prophecy.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But I thought she did that for everyone.
Yeah, Thuris was the first she talked to. She snapped her head at him when he said his name.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, all right. So to this point, I guess I need everybody to roll a d20, right?
Yay.
While you do that, I'm gonna go let the cat in. Be right back.
Ooh.
All right. I only see 2 rolls. Why do I only see 2 rolls? Now I see 3 rolls.
Because mine was hiding on me.
Wow, for the first time in I don't know how long, we had 5 rolls without anybody rolling a natural 20, you know? It just kind of happens.
Or a natural one.
Yeah, look at that. That is unusual. Maybe they fixed the roller. We'll see. So I had asked for you all if you had any specific questions that you wanted to ask to go ahead and bring them back for this session before we move on. Anybody have any questions?
I do.
Go for it.
Oscar, do you know of the place Drang Dunaga?
You asking me or you asking at Mansion?
Mancha. AKA the place that I have to visit before I'm 21, per my father.
No. Not a clue. Never heard of it.
My life.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you. Am I phasing out?
No, you're fine. No.
Okay. I just kind of keep hearing things coming and going.
I hear Zane fine too.
I see him lighten up, but I haven't heard him speak in a little bit. So.
Yeah, he's muted now. Or not muted, he's
I'm not muted now. Can you hear me now?
Nope. Yes, we can.
Okay.
weird.
Anybody else have questions? I have questions.
Go ahead.
Okay, so one question I don't think we asked goes back to the piece of paper in the cabin and that word we want to show, or possibly a place. Or at least I don't remember it. Everland is written on the note. Does she know anything about that? Everlund.
See the note?
Yeah, I think we can pass it to her.
Yep.
Okay. She looks at it. I don't know. I don't know how to say that there is meaning in it for you all. But what that meaning is beyond my ability to see.
All we want to do is recover what family we have left and return on our way to Prondadal.
I think there is much more to that than even you are willing to overcome.
Oh. Okay.
Well, if it involves saving our family, we will fight to the death.
Is that not what you mean by overcome?
You were asking her that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. By overcome, there is more to the term than just conflict.
Okay.
Sacrifice? For we've already sacrificed much.
Says
And much has yet to be seen.
we did have one of our family members we did not know actually resided here for a while. His name amongst our group was, what was it? The Great
Gadsby.
Yeah.
Gladsby.
Gladsby.
Yeah.
I know not of what you speak.
Oh, bummer.
I have 3 more questions then, I guess, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
One was when we were in Duckshoe, we met Andy and Millicent, 2 gnomes. Are those the gnomes that you speak of? They happen to be brewmasters or alchemists.
False flames are
Pardon me?
on the wrong side of good.
Okay, false flame.
False flames.
That
So
seems to be a confirmation. So,
you know where they can be found?
They live in the swamp. I'm sure Trandon could take you there.
Okay. Third question is, what do you know of these masks? And Grohr pulls out one of the masks. Yeah, the answer.
Such sadness and pain and sorrow and rot. I see that those who see through are seeking the wrong things.
Okay. Last question I have is, I was cured of a malady by a very powerful spirit. You tell me what was wrong or what curse had been placed upon me.
I know not of what you speak.
Kimber has a question. What can we do for you?
Play.
I have no need of assistance. I have all that I could desire. This town provides my needs.
Yes, but our actions may alter the town that you get your needs from. So we
Oh, I have no doubt that your actions, in one form or another, be quite beneficial to me.
well, I guess if nobody else has any questions for her, we should.
I do.
Okay.
So I've been seeing all these things. Do you have any advice on how to, I don't know, stop them?
As I said, you walk in the place of the sight.
So,
But you are
no?
not welcomed in the places.
Yeah. Life of a gnome.
Casey,
How,
can you remind me of something too? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead, Mark.
how can I best live with them then? Do you got any advice on that? You obviously see things. I see things. We see things together.
Do you seek or do you see?
I see.
Oh, don't we have a crystal ball or something that Mother Salvinza left us?
Yeah. And so I'll pull that out.
Yeah, maybe she can do something with it.
Is
have
this
not.
something that will help seeking?
Those who use thus is I she's visibly shaken when you pull that out. And she just kind of stammers and mumbles.
Hmm.
I'll
That's good.
put it back. Okay. I'm sorry to disturb you. Perhaps after this is all done, I can come back and we can seek together.
Are you hitting on her?
I do not see in the way. I do not see in the way that those of your kind see. So I doubt that any guidance that I may give may be of benefit to you.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
What?
And he'll walk
I
out.
have a question. What is the red star in the sky? And why hasn't it gone away after Dark Tide's night?
Much is known and much is unknown. And that is unknown is something that you must seek.
Thank you, Dungeon Master.
I have a Casey question and I think a witch question still.
Okay.
Casey, can you remind me what she told us about where Fensel and Chernal could be found? My note just says she is worried of us knowing where they are, that could place them in danger. So did she not really give us any clue as to where they could be found?
The impression from that was that she doesn't fully trust you, and so therefore she does not desire that you find them at that point.
Okay.
Are you going to ask her again now that you've had a chance to talk about it?
Oh, I might as my second question to her. Then it wasn't going to be my first. But she didn't make any vague reference like she did with the gnomes, like in the swamp or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The other question I have is, since we were asking her about past things, we were told about us or our friends possibly being the taloned hand that was surrounded by gray flame or fire. Do you know anything about gray fire or flames?
I speak what I see. You listen to what I say.
Could you say it again?
I don't remember specifically what I said, so
Well, that brings up what little Vessi was seeing, the fiery humanoid thing or something. I think it was green.
Well, this is gray though. But, oh well. And then I'll say I have but one more question, and I'm not sure if you'll repeat this instead. Then, but where did you say we might be able to find Fensol and Chernal? Fensol and Chernal.
oh, Sherna and Fainsel.
Oh, hang
Sorry.
on.
Yeah, Sherna and Fainsel.
I have them in the opposite order. I have Fensel and Chernal. Chernal, but
Sherna and Fainsel.
and Fensel. Okay.
They're the ones that are accused of murder, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
They are but in hiding. And it is I who support them. But where it is that they reside is beyond my knowledge.
Do you have an idea of how best we could help them?
help clear their name. For it is my opinion that they did not do the things that they have done.
Do you have an idea of how
that people say they have done? Sorry, what's that?
Just say the secret plan and you'll win $100. Can you tell us the best way we could clear their name?
Probably by finding the culprits that did it.
Was hoping for something vague that might actually, also just think of something random. It's usually not like.
I feel as if there is more to your future that you must yet experience before info may be given.
You're treading into an area that you don't have the level for.
Info. That's very 21st century. Okay. One of those time traveling witches. Now I know. Okay.
I'm really, really tired. So
It's easy
you guys
to
are just
chase.
going to have to put up with my inability to roleplay tonight. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Like an 18-wheeler, you were rolling just fine. It was great.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm literally sitting here trying to keep my eyes from they're just very heavy. I didn't sleep well last night at all. I actually had a COVID booster yesterday, and so I felt like hell last night. So I didn't sleep very well.
I just want to say for the Black Veil troop, we will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger on these Butcher clan and the associations they had with those other people, because it looks like we've got some in the area, and she's telling us that our answers are found with them. So.
Yep, we need to find those two gnomes.
I'm quite happy to bring, fury down upon them.
Yeah, we need to find the false and Flom.
Okay. Anything else?
Maybe she was warning us that they're like illusionists or something.
They're alchemists that make potions.
But we know that much, but maybe like she was warning us of more, some kind of vague comment. All right.
So I think we have our friend here with his boat help us go find.
Yeah, we should at least ask him if he knows where they live.
Because if he does, then we can go and we can either track them and follow them when they go to the butchers, or we can try to get the information from them.
Yeah, he knows where they live. It's well known because people go out to their place to get
alchemical
potions and things like that. So it's
I think that's good too because it keeps us away from Zebron or going back into town necessarily too.
Yeah, and I'm nervous about going back to town. So
yeah, but we left like our horses and wagon and everything there.
Oh, we're not.
Nobody said don't go back, but
Oh yeah.
Just nervous about it, like
Yep.
there's a fight waiting essentially about.
Okay. So what's next, my friends?
Probably the Dwarven Stomp.
We'll ask. Oh God, what's his name again? Turner, Tucker, Trader,
and then
Tanner.
Brendan's dead.
Yes. You should ask him where it's going. Where we can find the gnomes.
Oh yeah, he tells you that he could take you to where they live. It's well known.
So my question before we head off there and get close is, are we going to do this as a stealth operation, or are we going to do this as a put the boot in operation?
Well, you see, I think what happens is the gnome, the incredibly gorgeous, good-looking gnome,
We
who's
don't have
already
one of
opened,
those.
who already opened a nice re, rapport with them, should go in there and bring them out. And
Wait,
whereas they can be picked up by a certain one half ogre giant Theros, and we can interrogate him.
you're saying that you're going to go in there and bring them out?
It's the only best looking gnome you got.
Unless it's a trap, you did make friends with him.
Well, it could be a trap for sure. But also, like, how are you going to convince them to go anywhere? Like, what would you say?
Something piffy.
I don't know if I'm going outside with you, let alone they. But you know, it's...
The problem is, you know me.
I know you.
They don't gnome him that well.
I like stealth though, still too.
Yeah, I'm really tempted to say that we just like try to follow them at a distance to track them to where they're at, but it could be that that's not going to get us what we need.
Especially when we're not like the best trackers or anything either, you know.
I'm not horrible at it, but I'm not amazing at it either.
You are pretty good though at sneaking up on people and then, you know,
Yeah.
bring down their house. So I mean,
Hey, I'm not the one that did
play to
that.
our strengths.
I'm not the one that just burnt another house to the ground.
It wasn't my burning hand spell.
That wasn't mine either. It was the pacifist cleric.
Okay, so let's get in a boat.
With a goat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are getting in the boat and having Tanner take you to the brewer's place.
Yep, get us close.
Okay.
Not sure we want to just roll right up to it, but
It is a
what time of
good
day is it?
distance.
Okay.
This point, it's later in the afternoon.
Okay.
It's a good distance from where you're at right now. In fact, as you guys are easing your way through the bog, he takes you not too far from town. In fact, you guys can kind of see it off in the mist. You as you come around a corner at one point, you see the town of Stuckshow and the docks off to the southwest, not too far away, on the other side of a fairly open, watery area. And just to your east, you come around and you see the church. It's I can't say that it's well known, but it's I'm sorry. Hang on a second. Here. It's obvious that it's a chapel. So I'll show you a picture of it. You guys are coming around a corner. You guys see it there.
Mm-hmm.
Should begin to pass, and Tanner mentions that's
the
where
town southwest. Where is that at?
to the southwest.
Okay, so still towards it.
Tanner mentions that's where Father Kenlin resides. Is at the chapel there.
See, that would be a good stop then if we're this close.
Well, we don't need
Yes.
the cleric. We need to find the gnomes.
But
Or
he
not.
could tell us possibly more anyway, too. I mean, we don't really know anything about the gnomes. He very well might.
What was he? Who was he a cleric of?
I like the justice and protection god or something. Gonna mispronounce it because I'm sure I
He didn't
spelled it
seem to really
wildly.
like us, though, either.
I don't know. I thought he seemed fine with us. He was just not trying to like fall in love with the people that are going to get killed by the sheriff. You know, kind of. Something with like a V, I think.
Just a second here.
Where did his note go? I don't know. It was some god of protecting people, though, like more or less guardian kind of thing.
Hmm.
Does this ring a bell to anyone?
I'm gonna go
I'm
look.
having trouble remembering god names.
I'll look it up real quick.
I found it. It's Wardane.
Yeah,
God of protection, I guess, is what I wrote.
Lord Protector.
It sounds like a dude who'd help us.
Possibly, yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to stop by since we're
I
already
mean, we
there.
tried a witch, and she was absolutely almost next to no help for the most part.
She gave us enough information that we know
Yeah, she pointed out
the
that
starting
note.
point, though. Yeah.
Now, please don't take this as me trying to encourage you guys to do one thing or another. Just a reminder that he did mention when you guys met with him in the
tavern.
sinkhole to come and visit him, and pay your respects.
Yeah,
To
that's
the
kind of why I was
gods.
Yeah.
thinking if we're right here.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Especially if he's a god, a cleric of a god that we trust would be, unless of course he's a false cleric, but that's always a possibility. So, but I think you're right. We should probably stop and talk to him, see if there's something he can do to assist us.
Okay. The so you guys tell Tanner to go ahead and stop in at the chapel.
Yeah.
Let's
which
do
he
it.
says that, considering what has happened thus far over the last couple of days and the experience that you've had and stuff, it would not be a bad idea to pay our respects to
Yeah.
the gods and maybe even ask for forgiveness for the things that we may have done or have happened. So,
Or what we're
Um,
about to do.
Isn't that premeditation then? If we ask for forgiveness before we do it?
Works for me.
Okay, just check it.
he's more talking about the battle
Yeah.
that you guys had with the ruffians.
Yep.
Yeah, the chapel sits on a small island to the northeast across the water from the town proper. It's made of mortared gray stone. It has a steeple and a paired wooden doors at the main entrance. As with all of the buildings in the area, it is weather beaten and less than well maintained, with moss dotting the lower foundation. The structure is nearly 2 stories tall, with small open-air windows along the sides and a bell tower jutting up from the roofline. As you arrive at the dock, the stench of the bog grows, but it is now mingled with the strong and rather nauseating smell of flowers, which, despite being winter, were presently blooming around the island. their species is not one that you're familiar with. They're small with blossoms of a darker brownish green.
Hmm.
So as you head up to the entrance to the chapel, you'll note that the entry doors have been painted with these are symbols, a sun with 9 beams, which symbolizes the god Radiant,
Radiant.
a closed helm, which symbolizes the god Wardane, and an open eye in a circle, which symbolizes the god Zendraka.
What is Zendraka?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
I can look it up. I've got my guide right here.
Yeah, I'll know it when you say it, but so I'll let you look that up so I don't have to go digging. Yeah.
The Truth Speaker. Goddess of truth and honor in all words and deeds. And the Lady of Good Draconic. Patron of good dragons. Okay. Yep, she seems like, well, she's one of the good lawful good gods. So
Where is that? Do I have that? There it is.
I would imagine those are all good gods, but are they like different, like lawful, neutral, chaotic kind of coming out?
no, all of them are actually lawful good.
Okay.
All of them, at least Wardane, Zendraka. Who was the other one?
Radiant.
Radiant.
Radiant, he is.
Radiant, yeah, the Lightbringer. Yep, they're all lawful good. So I see no reason for us to fear being here.
Right. No, I agree.
Doesn't mean don't keep on guard, but
Let me go grab you guys, and I'm gonna move you over here. Hang on just a second.
mm-hmm.
There you are. I get everything. Yep, got everybody. Okay. There we go. You guys see the church?
Yes,
I
we
do.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what do y'all do?
Wait for it to finish refreshing.
Oh, is that not showing up?
No,
No,
it's just taking time.
It has to
The
be in there.
cathedral look in good shape stone wise.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Seems odd though. I mean, it looks, it's not dilapidated by any means. It seems as if it's well taken care of, which gives you a feel that the townspeople actually respect and support Father Kedlin and his ministrations. And it's weathered like everything else is because it's in the bog and stuff. But the stench of those flowers is it's revolting, is what it is.
Said sickeningly sweet. Ugh. To say.
Nauseatingly.
Nauseatingly
sweet, which is worse, in my opinion.
I consider nauseating being sick, so I thought that were synonyms. But
well, I open the door and walk in to get away from the smell.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will follow through.
Okay. All right. So You guys should be able to just go ahead. Can you move your tokens and all? You'll probably move your tokens into the place.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Show you what it looks like in here. As you enter, the heady spice of burning incense is a welcome smell after the nauseating stench of the bog. Past the door stands a large one-room sanctuary replete with rows of unpadded pews. Of course they're unpadded. An altar sits against the far wall, above which hangs a large orange sun with 9 rays, with a closed helm depicted in its center. And around the walls of the church are painted the following symbols: an open eye in a circle, 3 drops of blue, the unbroken cord, the green crest, a skull within an octagon, and a scaled talon that is larger than all others, save the sun in the helm. And below each of these paintings, a shelf has been installed as part of a small shrine to each god. Atop each sits a pair of candles, a burner of smoldering incense, and an offering bowl. Each bowl contains a few coins, mostly pips and sylves, but gold glints here and there, presumably offerings from worshippers. And you guys have been around enough that you would recognize the majority of these symbols. The 3 drops of blue being Illyra, which is the god of regeneration and new beginnings. The unbroken cord casts Caraessia, which I can't remember who she is. The green crest, which is Aquera, which is the goddess of the sea. A skull within an octagon, which is Malathuk, the god of the dead. And the scaled talon, which is Scaliana, which I can't remember who she is. But you do know that, the peoples within this world revere, gods, whether they be, good, neutral, or evil gods, because of the fact that each god is lord and deity over certain things within life. And so therefore, you would pray for the loved ones of the departed, that they were taken care of and given rest by Malathuk. Or you would, pray for healing and rejuvenation from Illyra, or things like that. So,
Yeah.
or pray for sight and wisdom from Zendraka, those kind of things.
I don't know if this map's supposed to be Fog of War, but we can see back rooms.
I know.
Okay.
No, I honestly haven't finished this portion of the map. So
there's 6, you said 6 mini shrines?
yeah, I think so.
There's a total.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. The chapel is well lit by a single chandelier that's hanging slightly off center from the central beam, and candles at each shrine are lit. Tapers adorn the altar, which seems nothing more than a simple chest of drawers draped with a silvery blue cloth. In front stands a wooden lectern with a bowl of incense and a chalice upon it. Worn wood slats make up the floor, and other than the main entrance, the three doors lead out of the sanctuary, 1 in the north and 2 in the east wall near the altar.
I'll go drop a gold coin in each one of the shelves.
Good man.
Okay. All right.
I'll call out, Father?
Yeah.
Are you here?
Before you... Yeah. Okay, so you call out loudly, quietly?
Loud enough that it could be heard, in the area. I'm not going to scream it or anything like that, but I'm not going to be stealthy about it. I'm not going to whisper.
All right. Right after you say that, this person emerges from the northeast door. She is slightly disheveled, and she has a flush to her cheeks. And she will walk briskly past you all without really looking at any of you.
Yeah.
And she walks over to the doors and lets herself out of the chapel quietly.
Disheveled,
Shutting
we
the door
don't mean
behind her.
like signs of a struggle, though, right? Just
Her
not-
dress is rumpled.
yeah, but not tore.
It's
or-
like somebody had company.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, if she was in a lot of, mental distress, she may have done it to herself. I'm just saying there's possibilities.
All right, then I will wait for the father to
Don't judge.
finish getting himself together and come out. So,
Well, if he has to
Or
get
pull his
himself
pants
together,
up at
then
least.
yeah.
All right. So, shortly thereafter, Father Kenlin appears, coming from the same door. He says, you have come. I was wondering if I would see you all again. You left, 2 days passed from the time that we have seen, and I had
hello.
mentioned you come and pay your respects, but you never came, and then we had not seen or heard from you. So, though we do know that your horses are still being stabled with Otis, but we were worried maybe something had happened to you all within the swamp. But I'm glad that you have taken my advice and come to pay respects to the gods in this place.
Well, Father, it wasn't for lack of somebody trying to make something happen to us while we were in the swamp.
Attempts were the best they could muster.
Yes.
And we have Tanner to help us out, too.
Give me one moment here.
Mm-hmm.
It's so quiet.
Yeah.
I found my folder that has the Ode to Bonnie and my little poem to Bonnie. So I'll have to finally get that to Camera Mandy, because I don't know if you know, but at Gen Con she specifically gave me a cool little portrait of Bonnie.
Oh, nice.
Black Bonnie, yeah. So I feel like now I need to maybe put that up on the wall or something.
All right. So, yeah, go ahead and say what you said again there, Kenna.
I said, well, it's not for a lack of someone trying to make sure something did happen to us while we were gone.
That sounds a bit leading. What exactly are you referring to?
I'm going to tell the father what we found. Oh, do we tell him about our contact being dead?
I
We can
know
say we were
it's
out
hard.
fishing. We
Okay.
can just simply say we were out fishing.
Yep.
And that we were jumped.
Well, Turner's here. He's going to tell the truth, probably.
We should just tell the truth because we're in a place with the symbol of the God of Truth on it anyway.
Yeah.
And Turner's with us.
I will tell him that we found that while we were out with Turner fishing, that we found the shack of what's his name,
Brandon.
Trandon, and that he was missing. And we spent the night there, and we were jumped by a group of rogues the next morning while we were getting ready to leave.
You, when you first were speaking about this, I was convinced that those fugitives, Sherna and Fiensel, would have obviously continued their rampage of death, but then you said you were jumped by a group of thugs.
Yes.
What did they look like?
Did we recognize any of them from the town?
Yeah, a couple of them
Well,
were people that you had seen
We're
consorting with
mistakenly butchers, right?
Zephyrin.
Oh, Zephyrin? So we know
Well,
the name. You know the
they had
name?
mentioned that you guys had basically were poking your nose where it didn't belong.
Yeah, we peed in somebody's Cheerios. Yeah, so we recognized a couple of them from the tavern. They seemed to be companions of Zephyr's.
Yeah.
And they told us we were snooping around in areas they didn't want us to be in, and they attempted to remove us from those areas.
Hmm. Oh, I am not surprised. The butchers themselves, they tend to run things around this place with an air of intimidation and the strong arm of the law, I guess I should say.
Father, we do not like. We have had dealings with the butchers in the past. We are not fans, we do not like what we're seeing in this town. Do you by any chance know where we can find these butchers?
They don't frequent, well, I should say they don't really ever come around for the sermons, but they do serve their purpose, and they are quite generous in their giving. And, well, I shouldn't say all of them. You may have noticed my, shall we say, companion
Yes.
leaving here recently. She is a daughter of the family, but we are in love. We mean to marry, and she is not like them. She is different in her ways, of which they can be ruling with a strong arm, as I mentioned. And she has a softer hand, as it were.
I'm happy for you.
Well, thank you. I am quite happy. I have spent much of my life wanting to find that right one, and Werdane has blessed me with a companion such as her.
I'm sorry to take you out of such bliss, but there's more to our story. We have discovered that a prominent family that was in the area that we passed by their house seems to have been, I don't know,
Murdered. Murdered would be.
disappeared for a long time. For the place that they resided in is very dilapidated and unkept. And
Who is it that you're talking about?
Turner, what's the name of that family that we discovered that doesn't live here no more? We don't know what happened to them, but their house is now just a ramshackle.
Now, ashes.
Yeah, now it's more smoldering. But
Is Turner here though to ask that?
Are you talking about Tanner?
Oh, I'm
Tanner.
sorry, Tanner. Yes.
No, Tanner's outside in the boat.
What? He didn't
That
come
was
in.
the,
He suggested coming here. Okay. Tanner can tell you the name of the family. Do any of you else remember the name?
I'm looking right now.
Yeah,
I'm trying to look through my
remember.
notes.
And the girl's name was Ophelia, but I'm not seeing her name yet. The last name.
Well, that might be enough.
Yeah, their daughter was Ophelia.
Oh, the Landrys. So their
Landry,
house
no,
is
That's right.
their house has been burned to the ground. You're saying?
Um,
It was
yes.
also abandoned first, though. You could tell for quite some time and fallen apart.
It was
And full
full of undead.
Zombies. Yep, full of zombies.
So,
It had to be cleansed.
excuse me. What did you say?
There were zombies in it.
It was full of the undead. It had to be cleansed.
Oh my! Seems as if stranger things have been happening in this town than even I am aware of. I tend to try and keep my ear to the ground. It's quite strange.
I have a feeling that all of this has something to do with the butchers in general.
Well, I do agree with you in some ways. I know that they are not upstanding people for sure. Of course, with my relationship with Myra, I try and make sure that we speak little of that because I know it pains her such that we try and engage in more pleasant conversation and such. But you know, I sympathize with you that you have come and had previous dealings with these folk, and is there in some ways that I may be able to aid you in finding out what you seek?
Do you know where they are?
I know that I don't travel the bog. You know, I come from town to the chapel and back. That's where I go. So I know that they live a good distance to the east, but I do not actually know the exact location of where it is that they live. And I've not even really asked Myra for that because again I've been trying to stay civil.
I understand,
Understood.
Father Kenlin. This may be sour news, but your love is probably not part of the ill givings of the family, and from what you've said, and your love for her probably proves that she is someone to be saved. But we should let you know that our past dealings with the butchers back in Nevermore, not us personally, but the constable there had much trouble with the butchers, and we have found them to be, at least outside Nevermore, to be vile, wicked people who wished only for the best for themselves and didn't care if a mother or their child suffered in their progress to become more wealthy. And in my eyes, that is a very vile and wicked thing. And if the butchers in this area are the same, then we all are, all of us, including you, especially being so close to one of them, is in great danger. You could be their next target, and perhaps you should save your Myra. I'm not sure if she even should go back to them tonight.
You know, I I need to ask your forgiveness for playing playing ignorance, I should say, but uh, as you may suspect, there are few, especially strangers, that most definitely the interests of this town, for you to find an opportunity to be able to take your vengeance upon them,
Hmm.
as I think is both your right and
Okay, I got audio back. Sorry about
the
that.
right thing to do.
It's all good.
Father, what we ask of you is anything that you can assist us with. And of course, preference of not alerting them of our presence and our means and our purpose.
Well, of course, I would not. I wonder if there was a way that we could work together in this, but I am not sure of what that might be. The Peace Festival is coming up, and I would suspect that they might make an appearance, but unsure if they will or not at this point.
Well, we're hoping that we have the opportunity to make sure that they don't.
Right, yes. But I do hope that you would be willing and able to attend, no matter what has happened or happens within the next couple of days, that you would still be able to attend the Peace Festival. And at that point, may we all celebrate and raise a toast to you finding what you need and us having more reason to celebrate as a new era of our town evolves from underneath the shackles of a most undesirable of peoples.
Here, here. I think that barring us no longer breathing, I think that I do believe I owe someone a dance. So it would be my honor to make sure that we are there.
I lost a lot of audio, so I expected him to say, "I'm sorry for my ignorance," and all of a sudden an ambush or something. So when I came back in, you guys were still talking. I was surprised. Okay.
Pleasantly.
Pleasantly surprised.
Or has
Sure.
2 questions for him before we're done too. Then
Right.
Absolutely.
Father, what aid can you give us in our time before the Peace Festival as we investigate everything?
I obviously have the ability to provide services that the one of the church would be able to offer: healing, rejuvenation, those sorts of things.
Who can we trust in town?
Trust for what?
In general.
Who is working for the butchers?
That is something that I have yet to get my head wrapped around.
Hmm.
If you must know, I feel that Mayor Hollister has clandestine dealings with the family.
Figured.
Um, Obviously, we've spoken about Old Sure and his gang of ruffians with
Mm-hmm.
his right and his left hand, that skanky witch and her insane consort. That's what you would call him.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about the Folsom Flames?
The
The Folsom
Brewers?
Flames? Yeah.
What about them?
They're
They
apparently in league with them.
with I don't know about that. I would think that maybe in one way or another they serve their own interests. They did come to this place after having not so great experiences outside in the world, and they've started anew. And I can't say much because of confidentiality, of course, between
Hmm.
me and them, but they have changed greatly in their ways.
It would be nice to know what you say is true, that they have nothing to do with them. But since they are still coming from far away, as we said, there are butchers all the way back at Nevermore. So they seem to have a very far
Far-reaching hand.
reach in influence. Um, but I appreciate that you are so candor with us, and the gods that you represent have great meaning to me, and I'm sure my companions. Um, and we are very happy to find you here in the middle of the bog to help protect the place.
Those are kind words, brother. Coming from one such as you, I am encouraged to know that there's like-minded individuals in this world. Um, but I would say, as far as the false and flems, they've come from they've come from rough times, and the best I would say is cut them a bit of slack. They've changed, and they've changed for the better. They are quite different from those that they were before they came to this place.
One final question. Well, several final questions. Do you know what this mask is? I'll show him one of the masks.
Well, that looks disturbing.
Mm.
Very.
It was found with all of the undead in the house.
Well, it looks undead to me, does it not to you?
Mm.
What can you tell us of it? Do you have any divine insight?
I have nothing that I could offer you. Uh, like I said, that's disturbing. And you say you found this at the Landry house?
Yes.
About a dozen
Oh,
of them.
maybe they were involved in some evil deeds, or who knows what.
There were
But you said
two
that the place was
chairs.
abandoned?
It was abandoned, and there was two chairs set up for gnomes.
Except for the zombies.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they're hospitable. They're nice. The zombies. They only munched on Fliggin 6 times.
Yeah, they took us to
Well,
dinner.
there are the the dwarves in town.
Hmm.
Mm.
I was looking for their names earlier because I couldn't remember what they were. It's been a while. Um, yeah. Blah 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 blah. Is it this one? No. Boggenfoots. That's who are the Boggenfoots. Yes,
The Boggenfoots.
the Boggenfoots. Let me show you their pictures. You guys saw these guys in the bar.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I they I've always had my concerns about the Boggenfoots. They just seem like they're too nice and too
Mm.
gentle for having grown up in a place like this. And
Are they husband and
just-
wife or brother and sister? Where's the answer to that question? Yes.
uh, they're husband and wife, but I really like the way you were taking that, and it totally took me off guard. So we'll just leave it at that and not go down that road. Um, I'll let you speculate on that one,
Okay.
but they are ostensibly married. Um, but you speak of chairs for gnomes, but who's to say that it's gnomes? Could it not be other folk of short stature?
True.
That's
Yeah,
why I
or
don't trust
short
anyone
dwarves.
shorter than me.
There isn't anyone shorter than you.
Everyone's shorter than me.
The Theros,
There
of course.
isn't
Yes.
anyone that isn't. That's what I meant.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
And one last question. Those are interesting flowers you have all about.
Yeah. Well,
What are they?
those?
Well, have you ever heard of the stank fiddle flower?
No.
I can't say I have.
It is an interesting concept, and um, even though these flowers are foul, they do remind us that our bodies will ultimately return to rot and ruin, and our souls judged by the gods, do they not?
Hmm.
It is a good reminder for the faithful to live a good, righteous life, and that the gods might welcome us into their havenal realms once our bodies have decayed.
Hmm.
So that's just why I plant them around the chapel.
Hmm.
Interesting.
An acquired taste, isn't it?
I'm not sure he's eating them.
Is there anything we can do for you tonight, Father, before we head out?
Well, I would encourage you to pay your respects and even possibly give offerings to those that we revere specifically within this chapel.
Step ahead. We have already gave tithe to all of the stations here, Father, while we were waiting for you.
That is quite kind and generous of you. I know that the gods smile upon you for doing such things.
I know one that smirks at us, but there is one that smiles as well.
Does Father Killen know anything about Dunahadrini that are or Dunahadrin that are not the wanted, I guess, blamed murderers? Not Insol or
The
Sherna.
Dunahadrin. Yeah, some of these have come to our town on and off, but no, none where they hail from, as they were careful to avoid detection in their comings and goings.
Mm.
But I am also very much worried about what they are doing in these parts. But
As are we.
of this I am certain: the butchers league with them.
That seems to match up with what we've discovered. Well, Father, we thank you for your time and for your candor.
Of course. No, I am, as I said, sympathetic to
I'm going to pull
the
Crimber off to the
situations that
side.
you have experienced in the past, and as I said, I would fully support your helping us take care of the problem that really plagues the
Mm.
success and the having trouble thinking of the term I need to think of our town.
I think part of the problem is that the butchers
Prosperity.
like to keep you all under their thumb and not allow any outside influence whatsoever.
Hey, Casey, I'm going to take Quimber off to the side and out of earshot.
Okay.
Quimber, can you get any divine inspiration or any divine insight into the Father? Cast detect good and evil type thing? Basically what I'm asking.
Oh, you feel that he has something still to hide, even though he has professed that he was hiding something in the first place?
Something about the flowers tells me maybe he's not fully on our side.
I could call upon such abilities, but I do not have that right now.
Well, I mean, think of it. The flowers probably have something to do with his girlfriend. Being here too. It's kind of out of season for one thing. It's unlikely that, I mean, they're just solely related to this god, right? He didn't give us a story about that or anything.
I'm a bit
He
worried
seems
that
pretty conflicted, but so does the witch, and then he accused the witch of being with Zephyrin Chur, so, I mean, everybody's seemingly straddling the fence.
But he's planting flowers
Right.
that are not of any of the 6 gods that he has here.
Because it might have been either for her or her magic, maybe, or something too. So we should be aware of, the fact she could have some kind of magical powers too, and that might be even what's wrong with him.
Right.
Her charms.
If there's anything wrong with him at all.
But
Yeah.
that what I'm getting after is those are of the those flowers. The way he described them was about the putrid, right, or the basically the decay that is associated with the Dunhadrin ancient god. Remember?
Yeah, I mean, it could easily be.
At some point, when you do get your divine inspiration back, I think it would be wise to investigate the good father here. I am concerned.
By that point, we're either going to be up to our eyeballs in butchers, or we're going to be up to our eyeballs in butchers' corpses. So,
I know.
I think at this point, it's a moot point.
Right. But
whose eyeballs, mine or Theros's?
Well, yeah.
Hopefully mine, because I want to take out as many as possible. Maybe yours, because you'll be staying on my shoulders.
I think we should go on to the gnomes now, and then compare what we found out here, and we might end up thinking that we know more about what the witch and father's align, to or what we're with.
Yeah, I tell Theros I wish there was a way to keep tabs on him, because early on I had mixed feelings, but of course we were strangers at the time, so he came across as quite scary. And now at this moment, I was surprised to find how he is. A pleasant surprise. But I understand that you are saying that perhaps it's a deception still. Yeah, I'll see what I can do, but
And the information he divulged to us was not earth-shattering.
No.
Yet we gave him plenty of information that he could relay to the butchers.
I think if we sit here and don't trust anyone, we're never going to get any further, and we're not going to find our family.
It's like when we're playing cards, we got to bet money to win money. So that was a.
Well, I am worried. We are living in an area that hates our kind, yet after everything we've said and done, nobody has brought it to question, which leads me to think that there is a trap in the end.
Possible.
Let's drop.
Possible, or it's possible that they already know we're here. They may not know exactly who we are or why we're here, but they know we're here. They sent people after us.
Right.
So the
They
faster
obviously
we
sent
find
somebody
them,
after our contact too.
Mhm.
Brandon got killed, remember?
Yep. So the
It's not-
sooner we find them,
Right.
the faster we can resolve this and find our people.
We should start with the shortest of them all and go pick on them.
I didn't say pick on them.
Legan, you're pretty short. We're going to start with you.
I'm much taller than them.
Well, thank you, good father. I think we've taken enough of your time.
Oh, it is but my pleasure that you've taken the time to stop and have this conversation. I do ask for Wardane's blessing upon your and protection upon you as you proceed in hopefully finding and taking care of this situation of our town.
Well, Father, one way or another, we'll either see you soon or never again. Hopefully the former and not the latter.
That makes me sad.
Well, it's true.
Yes. Wow, I don't know how to respond to that. Okay. Yes, he nods and so I have some studying I must attend to. I bid you farewell.
Mm.
And he bows and heads back and goes back through the door that he came through when he came into the chapel.
All right, folks, let's go find these gnomes.
Hey, Fleegan, take a look around right quick. Really quiet like.
You want me to snoop around in the church?
You're the
Okay.
snoopiest.
I will snoop around a little bit.
Just look for something that's off.
We'll make some prayers at the altars while you do so.
Okay.
I assume he went through the top door here.
Yes, that one. Yep.
I'll snoop down here at the bottom one and
Okay. Nice.
And I want to take a look at the shrines. I'm going to just see if there's something off about them.
Okay, give me a perception check, please.
You poor man. I feel so sorry for you.
All right.
for once he sees something.
Almost got a nat 20. I mean, I did, but did I just drop or?
Nope.
No,
Nope.
I'm
Okay,
just,
I'm not seeing. Like, I'm not hearing anyone.
no, I'm just.
Yeah, I was
thinking
double checking
out loud.
too, because earlier, like, everybody went like completely silent, and then I heard like a little tiny mumble. Had to turn everything up, and then suddenly everybody was there. I was like, "What the heck was that?"
You notice that there's a decent amount of money in each one of the offering bowls. Um, um,
Is there anything like maybe like just a feeling like there's maybe a different symbol, behind or in front or on the side of any of these symbols? Just something that was like, if you just happened to look at it right, you'd see it.
No, no, actually, you're pretty convinced that there's doesn't seem to be anything, hiding strange within the symbols of the sanctuary.
All right, so there's not like a hidden symbol behind the symbol, kind of like
No, nope.
a
No,
decent
with
amount
the
of money.
yeah, your perception check was pretty good. You're pretty well convinced that there's nothing there. Fligan, there's a door down there. It appears to not be locked.
I'll stealthily open it and peer inside.
Okay. That is a storage room. It's a rather small storage room. You see a freestanding bookshelf holding perhaps 40 or so worn books of prayer, a hook upon which hangs two frayed ceremonial robes, two high-backed faded padded chairs, and a candlelight stuffer made of tarnished brass.
And the books look like they would be the proper books for somebody of this religion.
You go in there and you kind of look around a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's books on each of the prayer books and such devoted to each of the gods in within the shrines of the chapel itself.
So no book on to how to raise a red star into the sky without anybody knowing.
Nothing by that title.
Okay.
No, unfortunately not. No.
All right.
Is it
Go ahead.
it's not uncommon for a rural priest like this to represent multiple gods, correct?
It is not uncommon whatsoever. It's actually quite common.
Okay, that's
because
what I figured.
Because you would have in larger cities, you would have individual god temples,
Mm-hmm.
and or places of worship and stuff like that. But in small towns like this, again, you have, reasons for the residents to, give reverence to, various deities, and so therefore, they would
Mm-hmm.
represent. He's obviously a cleric of Wardain, directly, but is somebody who is a man of religion, and so therefore guides them in their knowledge and worship. And therefore, I understand the speculation that you have and the concern based on his flowers and such, but the the reasoning that he gives behind the flowers is plausible.
Mhm.
Just because he's if he really is a true guider of faith for people in the world, they each have their own individual methods of which they guide their children towards the understanding in their relationship with the deities that they pay reverence to. So
All right, I'm ready to go anytime.
Yep. As well.
You don't want to go up the stairs and see the bell tower?
No, I don't have any interest in seeing the bell.
He didn't eat any of those flowers, did he?
God, I hope not. He probably will fart that smell.
that might be kind of stinky,
Ooh.
huh?
We were there so long, he might have.
Oh,
It's entirely possible.
all right, let's do this here. I'm going to, and again, I don't really have a good fog of war on this map, so don't really read much into it. Just kind of go with the flow on it. So let me put you over here.
Yeah, I've learned how you have to turn it on to even use it.
Yep.
All right. Well, they changed something with it. It doesn't work the way I like it. All right, so you guys head back out, hop back in the boat with Tanner, instruct him to take you to the continue to take you to the brewer's place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and ask Tanner on the way there what he thinks of the father.
He reiterates the same thing that he said before, that he's a good preacher. He tends to encourage people, and yeah,
And then
he,
I
he
ask
doesn't have
why he
anything
didn't come in.
negative to say about him.
Why didn't he
What's that?
come inside?
He sheepishly admits, after prodding him a little bit, that he feels guilty about not coming to church at all, or
Mm-hmm.
very seldomly, or anything like that. So he didn't want to have to face, questions about why he hasn't been there recently, and blah blah blah.
The typical reason that most of us avoid going to church.
So what am I doing here? Oh, that's what I'm looking for. Hang on just a second. Right. Okay. One moment, please, while I get something figured out here. Right. So you guys head off into the bog, kind of switch back through and around some islands, and the waters in this area tend to get, in some places there's ponds where the water is quite deep, and in other places where you can tell that you can even kind of feel the bottom of the boat drag a little bit, so
Mm.
it's not deep at all. So you kind of move through. You're moving through. You hear a deep, guttural, riveting roar that cuts through the mist, along with the buzzing of insects and the croaking and pealing of all manner of amphibians. What do you do?
Prepare in case one of those crocofrogs comes after us.
Restring the lucky longbow again or whatever and get ready to shoot them.
Kenny, you make me laugh. You know why you make me laugh?
Mm.
Because suddenly a significant splash is heard as you are under attack by what looks to almost be a cross between a crocodile and an enormous frog.
Crocofrogs! Yay!
Or still, there's even more than one of these terrifying creatures.
Jeez. Oh no.
Oh
no.
Let's do this. Let me take these out of here. Don't forget to select your token as you roll initiative, please.
We know they're not frogadiles.
Because we've run into them before and they were crocofrogs then. I don't think they've changed since.
You might be too trusting. They're sneaky. They might be frogadiles.
Here.
Love that picture.
Yeah, it's a great picture.
There we go. Rockbug. 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 All right. Okay, now to grab these.
Sir, I'm going to ask you to remove a couple of those crocofrogs.
No, I don't think I am going to.
Dang it. Thought that would work.
Will you at least remove the frogadiles?
Frogadiles.
All frogadiles have been removed.
All right, well, good. They had a decent roll. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who are we missing? Are we missing somebody? Or did you roll initiative?
Yeah, I don't see Grower on there.
He did.
Or already
He
got
did.
eaten.
Yeah. You have to select your token, so let me go. I'll add you. Here.
He tried to
second.
stomp them, but they just opened their mouth.
Got a 7.14.
I see
Well, it's
that.
'cause I have my token selected.
You have to select your token before you roll your initiative, or it doesn't add you to the tracker.
Oh,
But I got you.
how did I get
I
a
got you.
1-4 then?
That's your dexterity. So
I don't
you
know.
rolled a 7. Your dexterity is a 14. It puts it as a decimal behind.
I had somebody else selected, is what it was. Somebody with 54 hit points. I must have clicked
Not
Theros
me.
instead.
All
Here, I'll
right.
do-
Okay, so we're gonna do that. Okay.
Yeah, because Theros is an 11.15, not 7.14.
Right, but that's why it didn't
There we
include my
go.
name.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Okay. Shu, Kenna, what are you doing?
How close are they to us?
Right up next to you. So these squares are 5 feet as far as this goes. Basically, just
Okay.
treat the squares as 5 feet.
Got it. So they are large creatures. Got
They
it.
are large creatures, yes.
And we're on a boat in the middle of the swamp.
You
This
are
is
on
great.
a boat in the middle of the swamp as these things come up out of the water and attack you, yes. And they're standing, so you can tell that the water's probably only about maybe 2 feet deep at this point. Best guess.
Okay. Okay. First
Two.
things first.
2 to 3 feet deep, but yes.
I'm going
yes.
to pull my Sword of Speed, and in my other hand, I'm going to pull my Seric Iron Short Sword. And I will attack this one first with the Sword of Speed.
Okay.
I'm assuming
Just
an
mage
8
armor
does not
too,
hit.
don't forget.
Yeah, I've got mage armor up. And the other one misses as well. So an 8 and a 9.
8 and a 9. Neither of those is good enough to be able to hit.
Yeah, that is great. So fantastic. I guess that's my my actions.
Okay. All right. So Kenna was worried about crocofrogs coming up and attacking, and her fears came true as if it were a premonition and really kind of rattled her to the point to where she had absolutely no idea.
I was ready for them, except I wasn't.
All right. Okay. So we're going to go to them. So, all right. Well, one of them is going to dash around Kenna's swinging of her sword and try and bite her. Get these out of the way here. I'm actually hiding my rules now because there's a lot of information in them that I don't want you to have.
Got it.
So, Kenna, a 17 hits, right?
Not with mage armor up.
And you have mage armor up?
Yep.
So what's your armor class right now?
My armor class is currently a 20.
A 20. All right. So it goes to latch down on you with its massive maw, and it connects with your shield as it shimmers, and it stammers back a little bit, surprised that it didn't latch onto you hard. So
Good thing.
right. This one right here is going to try and bite Gror. And I believe that is going to hit. A 19 hits, right, Gror? Gror.
That exactly hits.
Yes, that's what I thought. All right, so I need you to make a athletics or acrobatics check to see, because the thing bites you and it wraps around you and is trying to grapple and do, a death spiral with you down into the water. So I need you to make a athletics or acrobatics check, your choice, to see if you break free of its grapple.
Can I use one of my things? The hold on, I'm looking for what it's called. Crone one. Get advantage.
Say that again? I don't understand. What?
I use the crone power from the choir to get advantage.
Oh, okay. Okay. If you would like to.
I'll use athletics, I think.
All right. You punch it in the face as it tries to grapple you and tear you back under. But you still can't avoid taking 8 piercing damage from the bite that it did. But you're able to knock it off of you, and it does not grab onto you. Okay. All right. This one right here is going to go after Fleegan. Try and bite him.
But Billy looks so much more tasty.
Yeah. But Fleegan saw it coming and jumps out of the way. And then the last one here is going to go after Kimber. And as such, Kimber is able to dance away from it in the boat. And the boat's kind of rocking and moving around at this point. So you guys are in very tight quarters in the boat as these things are lashing up over the sides of the boats after you all. So Fleegan, you're up.
Okay, well, I guess I'm just going to have to stab.
Okay. Assuming this one. Yes.
Yep. Primary hand is a 23.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hit.
If you'd have said that missed, I would have been just logging off because been like, oh, we're done.
I'm done. Yeah, we're done. Yeah. 4 damage. Okay.
And please do the serrated edge, because I have a feeling we're going to need that bleed damage.
All right, that is a Constitution
Con
saving
12.
throw, of which they fail.
All right. Woohoo! Point of damage.
1 point of damage each turn.
Since he's not technically attacking Quimber, and the other one is, I don't get sneak attack, do I?
I think you do, because you have an ally within 5 feet.
Within 5 feet, yep.
I thought they had to be engaged with my ally.
Nope.
Well, I'm going to roll it anyways, because we need it. There's 9.
Oh, yeah.
Points of
That's
damage.
nice. That's nice. That's very
right.
nice.
All right.
And then here goes the other hand. Does the 15 hit?
15 does hit. Yep. 4 more
That's
damage. Right.
What
you
you're saying
manage to
is I
stab
just
this thing pretty hard twice, and you see blood coming out of the gash wounds and stuff as it's thrashing around, trying to get after you guys. All right. Kimber, you're up.
Alright, let's see. Didn't need my flashy flash since they didn't hit me. I don't know what to do. I hit it with my mace.
Hit it with the mace. Yeah, that's going to hit. Wow, you guys are rolling well.
Woohoo!
6 bludgeoning
Yeah,
damage.
that one that's wounded.
All right. Oh, the one that's wounded?
Well, Yeah, because we've been in a lot of battles, and I've learned that taking out the wounded creatures is the best thing to do.
Yep. All right. Well, yeah, you smack that thing upside the head and smack, crack, splash. That one goes down. So it's dead.
One of these days, my bleed will actually work.
It's bleeding. It's dead. Damn it.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Next time.
Quimber
Well,
did
when
is
you
speed up the
do, how
bleeding.
many points of damage did you do on that thing in one round? I mean, that's a lot of damage. So, our little DPS guy. All right. Anything else, Kimber?
Throw
That
the
was
goat.
18.
Jeet the goat. No, I'm just kidding. I'm good.
Eat the goat.
Anything else, Kimber?
No, I'm good.
Okay, Theros, you're up.
Axel, as always.
I think you're gonna miss.
Big Grax attack.
I think you're gonna miss. No, you're not gonna miss.
Woohoo!
I was going to say, does a 20 miss?
Only 9 damage.
Only 9 damage.
Well, I mean, you have to say, Fleegan did just do that in sneak attack alone.
Yes, I know. Silly, silly, silly. All right, Grower, you're up. Grower, are you there?
Yeah, I was reading my sheet. I'll attack the one that was on me, I guess, to the northeast.
That one?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Goodness gracious. You all have been able to hit these things, haven't you?
About 20-somethings.
11 slashing damage. See, he does more damage than Theros does.
Yeah?
All right. Anything else, Grower?
Handed too. Is Billy at risk right now? I don't think he really is, right?
Not really. No.
Okay. Then I don't think that there's anything extra needed.
Okay. All right, Kenna, we're back to you.
All right, let's try this again.
As your friends all show you up.
Yeah, I'm going to try to stab the same one again with the Sword of Speed.
Okay.
Um,
With disadvantage? You have disadvantage?
no. No?
Okay. I think you have disadvantage turned on, unfortunately. But you hit. So you do 11 slashing damage on that one?
Well, that should be a crit.
Was that a crit? A
Yep.
26?
Yeah, it's a
It was.
20.
Six is a
Oh, look
crit.
at that.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I
your
think she had
damage,
disadvantage a long time ago, like before the Landry's.
Well,
7
I'm
plus
not
1
sure.
plus 2. That was a crit. You can roll on the crit table if you want, but that was a crit. It's just you rolled really low. So
Yeah, it looks like when they made a change to it, it removed my the turn crit on off thing. So let me try to fix that real quick here.
but you did 11 points of damage too. So
11 points.
It's like how the Green
plus
Hulk became Gray Hulk.
plus the Stabby McStabberson. That's
your target is surprised until the end of the next turn. So
Woohoo.
therefore,
advantage on all attacks
you
against
get
them.
advantage on all attacks against him. Yes.
Well, I'm going to swing my other sword at him, and
Okay, with advantage.
What?
Is that another one?
and that's no, that's a 17.
Oh, it's a 17.
Yep, that's a 17. So it's 5 more points of.
But why is it still showing gray?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure that out.
Okay.
I'll try to get it fixed here.
All right. So 5 more piercing damage. Okay. So Ken at this point is like, anything you can do, I can do
I could
better.
do better.
Oh, fun, fun, fun. All right. Well, it's going to be their turn. And they're going to growl. Anything they can do, they can bite better. So it's going to try and bite Kenna. And miss. No, can't do any better. It's sad that these things are missing because they do a lot of damage.
Yes.
All right. So the one on Gror is going to miss. And then the one on Kimber is going to miss.
Oh, I don't have to flashy face it.
All right. Well, so much for that. Fleegan, you're up.
Stabby, stabby.
I feel like you
As
guys.
soon as I can figure out how to get to one.
It's supposed to be challenging.
We don't see the rolls.
Yeah, I know, because
Sometimes it is.
showing it.
I mean, where's this boat in reference to the? Like, can I move here and stab this one?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And the water's not that deep, so you'd only be up to your neck.
But yeah, you just move over to that side of the boat, basically. So,
Oh, that's great. My character sheet just crashed on me. Hold on.
yeah, Fleegan, if you want to stab him, you can.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I have too many daggers.
That's something I thought I'd never hear Fleegan say.
I'll just say that's the boat.
$20 hit.
Yeah, of course. Of course it does.
For 7.
Is he going to bleed? I don't know. You killed him, so.
So yes, he does bleed.
Yes, he does bleed.
And
He bleeds to death.
I am not going to do anything more because
Okay.
I don't want to lose a precious dagger.
All right. Okay. Then Kimber, you're up.
All right. Well, like you said, they've been missing, so I shall bash them.
Bash it in the head.
I guess I'll bash the one that's trying to bite me because I think that'd be easier to hit.
That one right there. Yeah. The other one's dead. Oh, you try and bash at that one, but you miss.
Okay.
I think somebody was helping me, so I had an advantage. Okay.
I think it was the voices in your head that were helping you.
Oh,
Those aren't
they
helpful.
were
So
distracted.
did the voices in your head tell you if you're going to do anything else?
Yeah, I was going to try not to rock the boat.
Okay. Sounds like a good idea. Theros?
One trick pony.
Swing that big axe. Oh, you miss. You miss. That's just too bad. All right, let's see what Gror can do.
I guess I'll try the same thing.
All right.
I can click Theros' damage.
Totally.
Yeah, Gror, you hit. Let's see how much damage he can do. 9 slashing damage.
There.
Alright.
I had to completely close Roll20 and reopen in order to get it to fix.
Yeah, Roll20 is still buggy. It's always been buggy and everything like that. Gror, you
Yeah, every
hit
time they
this
make a
really
change or
your axe,
update.
but it doesn't go down. So, anything else?
No.
Okay. All right, Kenna, you're up.
Okay. Well, third verse, same as the first two, but on the one of in melee with Gror, that is a miss.
That is a miss.
And my other hand, 16.
That is a hit.
That is 16 or 8 piercing.
That is enough to stab it through the eyeball into its brain and kill the thing.
Good.
Dun dun dun. Well, there's one left, and it's bound and determined to take a bite out of Kimber, even if I do hit, Kimber's just going to flash it anyway. But wait, what? Am I metagaming? Is that considered metagaming?
GM
they've had really good rolls, but well, hold on a second. What's your armor class, Kimber? 16?
It is 16. Did I flashy face and he still ate me?
Are you flashy facing it because he can hit you?
Well, I mean, if it's going to tear a piece of me off, yeah, I think I'll flashy face it.
Of course you do. All right. All right. Well, you flashy face him, but guess what? He still hits you.
Oh, you.
He rolled a 17 and a 21, so
And this
Ooh,
is not a
ouch.
new day, is it?
you're going to take 5 piercing damage. Can you give me a athletics or acrobatics check, please?
Well, let me look at my skills here real quick. Where are they? Where'd they disappear? Oh, they're at,
Oh yeah, he tries to latch onto you and grapple you and pull you down, and you're able to pull yourself back out, leaving a little bit of a scratch, but he's not able to get a hold of you. So, Legan, you're up.
Yes. So, looking at this,
Engage with that. You'd probably have to get out of the boat.
I am
Yes.
so not getting out of the boat.
Okay.
I'm going to cheer on my colleagues and let them know they have a cheerleader in their corner.
You need to.
If you give me a good cheer, I may be able to give them advantage.
You need to dip
Rah,
into
rah,
Bard.
rah! Theros can smack it
Oh,
hard!
that's not a. Oh, well, that's phrasing. No. All right,
Fleegan
Kimber,
needs
what are you
to
doing?
dip his toe into Bard so he can do inspiration.
What's your charisma there, Fleegan?
9.
9. You're
Yeah,
right.
that's not happening.
All right, Kimber, you're up.
I was just checking. It looks like I am out of flashy faces. Uh-oh. Because it's not a new day yet.
Nope.
Alright, well, I'm still the only one really hurt, so I'm going to bash it.
Smashy, smashy,
Ooh,
bashy, bashy. Those are some good rolls.
Yeah.
7 damage. Yeah. All right.
And, someone come over here and help me kill this croc. I'm done.
Well, let's see if Theros can help you kill it.
I'm sorry, croc or frog.
17.
Probably that hits. Yeah.
Yeah,
16
max damage.
slashing damage.
Max damage.
Ouch.
Yeah, Theros takes his big old Graxel and just takes the head of this thing clean off right at the neck. Yep. Whack, smash, bang, dead. Dun dun dun. All right. Well, congratulations. You guys survived the not so surprising Croc Frog attack. As you continue to paddle your way on to the brewer's place. All right. Show up the brewer's place. This. Let's go back up here. And as you draw near,
It's on
you
fire.
hear a screaming and a howling and a wailing coming from not too far off to the distance in the bog, and it makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. And Tanner visibly starts to shiver and shake. As I believe he had mentioned before, the call of the Wakabago. right, so you guys are approaching the brewer's place.
Is the door kicked open? Does it look like there's been
Nope.
damage to it?
So the
Okay.
door to this place has been cut open and rehinged to create a small door about 4 foot high, centered into the larger door itself. So the house has obviously been retrofitted. A small engraved sign on the door says "Folsom Flam." And I think, my friends, that is where we're going to end for the night.
I was just about to suggest that because I know you haven't slept well and we would like you fresh for this next bit.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It helps me too. I work tomorrow real early, so I appreciate it.
I actually have tomorrow off. Lucky me.
All right. So there we have it, friends. We have found our way to the brewer's place, and we will continue next time where we left off. So we hope those who may stumble upon this and watch it, that your minds have been opened by wonder, and we thank you and have a good night.
Good night.
Night.
Night.